Okay, it's game on. The splat point earning is about to start. Before we do, pause this video and make sure you've got your OT heart rate monitor on. By tracking your heart rate during the workout, you'll know when you're getting into the orange zone so you can maximize your workout performance. At Orangetheory, we know your heart is the most important muscle in your body, so let's show it some love. We're gonna start first with our dynamic warm-up. You ready, Coach Julia?
I am ready.
Perfect. 4 minutes, 1 round, starting with that back extension lat pull down. So Julia's gonna bring her elbows down and back, making sure she's looking at the floor, keeping her chin tucked in. After that, we got our alternating bird dog. So we're gonna be on those knees right under the hips. She's gonna lift her arm and her leg opposite side and switch. Make sure that core is engaged for these. Then we got our hip rocks. So for this movement, Julia's gonna bring that leg out to the side. She's gonna sit her hips back into that back heel and repeat. Last exercise, Julia, we're gonna take it to our plank to alternating ankle taps. So Julia's gonna start in that nice plank position, hands right under the shoulders. She's gonna take that arm, tap her ankle, and then reset. Let's go ahead and get to work, Orange family.
It is time to work your total body. This block is going to focus a little bit on endurance, strength, and power. We're going to be working for 8 total minutes, pairing 2 exercises together for 2 rounds, and then another 2 exercises together for another 2 rounds with a little bit of a surprise at the end. We're going to start with that single leg deadlift. So very first thing, you want to find a focal point that's not moving to help with that balance and stability, and then line those anchors up like you can see that straight line from Angie's ear all the way down to her ankle. From here, you're going to hinge forward at those hips, raising your heel to the ceiling. Again, keeping that focus, keeping that core tight, and moving through nice and slow. Your option here is, of course, to reduce your range of motion to make sure that we can hang on to that balance throughout the entire range of motion. 8 on one side and 8 on the other. Once you finish those reps, we're going to make sure that we're on a stable surface, so move off of a towel if that's what you're standing on, and we're going to go right into an alternating jump lunge. So a little bit of power here. We've got 8 total reps. Make sure as you're getting into that lunge position, your feet are staying on railroad tracks like they're hip width apart, coming down to that almost 90-degree bend in that knee, and exploding up, landing softly on both feet at the same time. Nice job. And your option is to work through that alternating reverse lunge without the jump. Again, 8 total there. Let's repeat those 2 exercises for 2 rounds. Our next pair of exercises, we're going to come down to the mat again, or the towel, whatever it is, getting into your high plank position to perform a palms to elbow. Feet are just outside hip width apart, keeping your core tight, hips in line with the shoulder. We're going to drop down one at a time, elbow, elbow, and then press back up, palm, palm. Every time you go down, you're going to alternate which arm you start with. We've got 8 total here. Your option, you can always take it down to your knees like Ange just did to reduce that range of motion. Your last exercise, body weight running man. We're going right into it. Again, a little bit of power here. Back to your high plank. Drive with power, opposite knee into your chest, alternating either time. Option, you can tap that toe, taking the power out of it, taking a little bit slower, 40 total here. Repeat that for 2 rounds, and then whatever time is remaining, you're gonna go back and forth between your jump lunge and your body weight running man until time is up. Let's get started.
About to get started, I'm feeling the groove. Somebody let's party, get naughty, I do what I do. So baby shake it, I wanna take it, and I'm all over you. Drinking, smoking, everybody move. It's on baby, go eat, go crazy, everybody hit the floor. We on an adventure, maybe we'll get so hazy till the morning shows the light. No, I can't get enough, you know I hold it down. The music steady playing, listen to the sound. And I'ma drop a couple stacks, do it like that when I come around. So just raise your hands to the sky. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. So just take your place, feel the vibe. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. Yeah, we got that money. about to get started, I'm feeling the groove. Somebody let's party, get naughty, I do what I do. So baby shake it, I wanna take it, and I'm all over you. Drinking, smoking, everybody move. It's on, baby, go crazy, everybody hit the floor. We on an adventure, maybe we'll get so hazy till the morning shows the light. Now I can get enough, you know I hold it down. The music steady playing, listen to the sound. And I'ma drop a couple stacks, do it like that when I come around. So just raise your hands to the sky. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. So just take your place, feel the vibe. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. Put your hands to the sky. Yeah, we got that money, got that money. Your glass up high.
Julia wants to do a little bit of an arm wrestling contest after we're done with this, so let's get her prepared on this one. We got 10 minutes of work, 5 total exercises. Ready to do this?
Yes.
Let's rock and roll. We got 12 reps of a tricep dip using a chair. We've got our feet out at about a 90-degree angle, hands behind for support, bending to 90 degrees. Options, we can always bring the heels in a little bit closer. Next up, we have 6 reps per side of a lateral lunge to balance bicep curl. Stepping out to our side, framing that knee, driving the knee up, balancing on one foot as we perform our bicep curl. You'll have 6 per side. An option here, reduce the depth of your lunge. Next up, we've got 12 reps of an overhead tricep extension. Grabbing a heavier object, overhead, elbows close to the body, bending to a 90-degree angle at the elbows, driving through the triceps to your starting position. Options there, you can always reduce the depth. Next up, we have a hammer curl, but we're gonna add an iso sumo squat to it. We have 12 total reps. Feet wider than hip width, toes pointed out to a 45-degree angle with our neutral grip, squeezing at the biceps to curl those objects up to our chest, nice and controlled back to your starting position. Last but not least, we do have a little bit of core work on this block. 6 reps per side of a side plank pendulum. Julia's setting up on her forearm, elbows stacked underneath the shoulder, feet stacked on top of one another. A little bit goes a long way with our leg swing, raising our leg up, nice and controlled forward and back. Options here, you can always drop your bottom knee, but make sure those hips are raised. You've got 10 minutes to get this work in. Let's do it. Say, Jess, what do you get when you cross a power movement with core work?
Tell me.
Well, you get this block. Anyway, with that being said, 10 minutes of work on this block, 4 exercises we're gonna run through, starting with 30 total reps of a power jack to front jack. Our moderately heavy object at the chest will explode overhead, feet wide, back together. Then we'll take it to a front press on that. Options, step out overhead, back together, step to the other side for your front press. Next up, for these next 3 exercises, we're going to start with 12 reps and reduce the reps by 2 each round. So 12 total reps of a forearm plank punch. Down on our forearms, elbows stacked underneath the shoulders, feet a little bit wider than hip width for stability. We're going to alternate punching out in front of us. Option here, you can always drop down to your knees. Next up, we're going to turn it around, 12 reps of a power sit-up. Arms fully overhead, we're going to explode, meet the knees to the chest in the middle, nice and controlled back to your starting position. An option here, you can always reduce your range of motion. Next up, we got some quick plank kick-throughs. So we're down in our high plank position. We're going to kick across the body, bringing one hand up to the chest, pressing through with our other hand. An option here, keep both hands on the ground, perform an atomic mountain climber. Your goal is to work your way down the rep count on those last 3 exercises. Let's get to work.
right, Vinny, we made it. 4-minute long flexibility block. Starting off with a standing crossbody stretch with lateral flexion, crossing one arm across your chest, making sure you're not pulling on the joint and letting your ear touch your shoulder. 20 seconds on each side. Going right into a standing overhead side reach. Both arms up over your head, grabbing onto one wrist and gently pulling to the side. 20 seconds on each side there. Third, going right into a standing toe reach, hinging at your hips, reaching down towards your toes. Going right into a kneeling reverse forearm stretch. In tabletop position, you're flipping your palms forward, hinging your hip back so you feel that nice pull on your forearms. From there, angled child's pose. Pulling your knees apart, letting your hips sink between, keeping your big toes touching, walking your hands out to one side, and then slowly walking to the other side, 20 seconds there. Let's enjoy this flexibility block.